going on, YouTube? Ground Chuck here in the Ground Chuck game room. Almost said man cave. Sorry, still in the game room. Man cave is kind of in a disarray. My desk is really full, but I want to make a couple videos. So that's what I've been doing it out here for, and I just love being out here. It's a good atmosphere for me. And so I'm gonna talk to you guys today about a couple pickups. So three of the things that I really enjoy about the hobby is I love vintage. That's number one. Vintage. I love set building. I love Hall of Famers. So those three big things. So I was able to not this past weekend, the weekend before, go to an LCS, and they have a monthly auction. And there was some post serial lots in this auction. And I had looked at the cards and figured, yeah, there were some that I wanted / needed. Now I'm starting this, well, not starting, now I am doing the sets. So I'm just gonna show you this box right here. This is how I kind of have things organized. I got there's Jello, post, and post. So 61, 62, 63, and then 63 Jellos when I can find them. I love the Jellos. It's something I'll probably never, ever get completed. But I just love the cards and the vintage and just the background on the post serial, how they were cut off of boxes and everything. I'm currently, just to let you know, on the 61 post set, and I'm going to show you the highlights of the pickups. But the 61 post set, I'm 37 of 357. Now this is for the master set, the variations, the hard to find cards, etc. So it's a 200 card set, but with like with 61s, you could send in for a panel that could be perforated, and they would separate that way. So I have one that I know was a panel off of an advertisement that you'd send in, but and I'll get to that. But that's my only real variation. But in the 61s, 62s, I'm 68 of 211, and those are like just errors and variations with I believe, like, gosh, is that the year that Minnesota was deemed as Minneapolis on the card, and they corrected that. And then 63s, the 63 posts, I'm 58 of 210. Just some different, I want to say the 63s were maybe the red and blue line differences, I forget, and that might be with the 62s. I might be mixing them up a little bit, but anyway. And the Jellos, which you hardly ever see. I mean, they're not rare, but I mean, you see more post cereal than you do the Jellos, because kids like the cereals, and they would cut them off the cereal box and read the cereal box as a kid. But the Jello, that your mom's making that back in the day, and so I think a lot of the Jellos got just thrown out, and the kids didn't really know about them. And you know, kids don't read Jello boxes; they read cereal boxes. So, and that's another reason I kind of like it. Just kind of different. So this is my baby. So I got this a long time ago. I'll try to put the link down below with the videos that are related to this one. This is the advertisement from 62 out of the Life magazine, and on the back is Roger Maris. And so they each have the post ad. So this is part of my set too. For the 62s, but this is my baby, and it is a PSA 3, and there's only one higher graded in this format. So I'm really proud of that, and that's a 3.5, the one graded higher. If I didn't have this little fold crease right there and this little one right up there, I would have had the best one. But that's okay. I want the card, and I'm not too concerned about the slab. I got it slabbed because this is a card that there's a long story behind it, and I love it. So I'm very happy to have that in my collection and my PC and for my 62 set. So that's part of the variations with the 62s, because they were on the cereal box and then in the magazine. So I'm going to get started with a couple of the pickups. Gonna start with 61s. In one of the lots, I got a nice Hank Aaron. So you see the black lines on the side. That's preferred for grading purposes. I'll show you kind of some graded ones too that I have. But I mean, kids didn't know about grading, etc. And you know, I always joke around that there's a right-handed kid with left-handed scissors cutting these, but this Hank Aaron is just a beaut. I absolutely love this Hank Aaron. So my preference on these is to collect them, not really worry so much about the cuts on them and stuff, because you're never going to find one perfect. If you're too picky, you're not going to do it. I have some that are, I try to not have them butchered, but I want them as good as possible, if that makes any sense. I don't want any writing on the back. The back's just blank cardboard. A lot of kids wrote their names on stuff like that. So if one of those comes across my hands, I always look to upgrade that and or move those along. And I don't want any writing on the front. Creases are going to happen. Factory creases are going to happen, and or when kids fold them up or put them in their bike spokes. So that beautiful Hank Aaron is a 61. And so I'm just going to put that right there and maybe keep stacking some up. The other 61 I got is a Willie Mays. Again, you can see on the top there's some black border there. That's really nice. They're pretty straight, pretty good. This Willie Mays comes in an ad form from the factory and also in the cereal box form. So this Willie is the third one in my collection. I can't say no to Willie Mays or Mantle or Aaron or Clemente or guys like that. But I just love it. I love them. Those are guys that just you want to collect. You want those guys in your collection. You know what I mean? So it's just beautiful. So that Mays is identical to this. Here's a graded one that's in my collection. I've had this one for a while. And you can see the photograph is the same. Now this one I'm almost positive is and the reason I'm going to show you that, I'm going to show you my third one, and this was a PSA 3, by the way. Grade doesn't matter. I just wanted them graded. Big guys I want graded in these, I believe, so maybe I'll be sending some more. But the image itself, his skin tone is darker. Now I'm going to show you this one. This is a PSA 2. And I believe this is the advertisement that you send for. Now I'm going to show you, and I'll just do it against the other graded version. Now you can see, but PSA did not designate as I asked them to do when I sent these in a long time ago. So see the difference in his skin tone? And this one, the one on the right, he's a little darker, and the one on the left is, now I switched him on us, he's a little lighter toned. And I think the cardboard stock is a little bit different if I remember correctly. And I just think that this was the ad. So if you have any knowledge of that, please let me know. I want to make sure that I'm doing this the right way and telling people the right stuff. Happy to have those graded in my collection and raw in my collection. I might move this Maze, don't know, or I might just get it graded. Those are really good cuts on them. There is some black lines showing, so they might grade like a 2 or a 3. But I just love them. So since I've got those showing, I'm gonna show. Here's the 62 that is from the cereal. It's not the ad back. It's hand cut. You can see there's some black lines showing. This is a 4. This is my best post cereal card example, and I love it. Who doesn't love the Mick? I mean, come on. So that's a big one. That one I've had in my collection. Now the rest, I'm going to show 4 more, and these are pickups from the lots that I got. Now I got some commons and some other semi-stars too, but here's another Hall of Famer, Luis Aparicio from the 62 set. Pretty nice cut there. And I was happy to add this Sandy Koufax. This is a 62 Sandy Koufax. 62 is my the set that I have the most of. Again, I'm 68 of 211 on that. There is a, I better pull it out. I did pick up a while ago a Jello Sandy Koufax, and I just love it. But to show you a little bit difference with the Jellos are smaller too because the Jello boxes, so that they're about that much length shorter. But that's a sweet 19. That's a 63 Jello. But this 62 Koufax was in one of the lots I got, and I had some bidding competition. I didn't go overboard or crazy. There was some other lots that had a Mantle in it, had this one in it. It was a rougher cut than that one, so I kind of bid it up, hoping to get it. Didn't, and so I let it go because I wasn't going to spend that much money on it when I already had the card and didn't need it. Here's a 62 Hank Aaron. Love this one too. Pretty good, but you can see the rough cut on the bottom. I mean, again, right-handed kid with left-handed scissors. But I still love the card. And so these fit just fine in my set. Now this one I probably wouldn't get graded. If I did, it'd be obviously come back an authentic. But they use the Post used the same photo, which is commonplace way back in the 60s for a lot of cards. We know that. Sorry, I'm running a little long. It's a 12-minute video already. And I'll show you one more. Here's a Bill Mazeroski from 62 Post. Cut on this one's pretty good. Pretty straight on the bottom. Absolutely love this. So let me know what you think. Do you dabble with Post cereal? What do you think about Post cereal cards? I know they're not mainstream. I know they're not the creme de la creme that people like to collect. They probably are an afterthought for a lot of people, but I really enjoy them, and I think they have their own little niche in the hobby, and I like being a part of it. I will never probably complete any or all of these sets, but it's definitely fun to get out there and do different stuff. Like I said, it hits 3 spots for my collecting focus: vintage, set building, and Hall of Famers. There's just tons of Hall of Famers in these. I mean, yeah, Mazeroski's not the biggest Hall of Fame name. Aparicio is not the biggest Hall of Fame name, but you know what? They're darn nice cards. Very nice. And I just absolutely love these types of cards and going down these rabbit holes, if you will. So let me know what you think down below. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment if you want. That's fine if you don't. Ground Chuck is going to be out under 14 minutes. Everybody stay safe out there. And thanks for watching. Have a great one.